Mario, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And tell us a little bit about what was your beginning? When was that moment where you found that art was a way of expression for you?
Well, thank you for having me. Well, I would say very early, actually. Um, I was maybe like a toddler when I started drawing. I remember one of my probably earliest memories is going to restaurants with my parents, and to keep quiet, they would give me, so that I would keep quiet, they would give me like a pen and a small notepad, and I would finish my meal and just started drawing, and I would be there for hours in my own world, and doing some drawings. Actually, my family has always encouraged me to travel quite a bit, and I was fortunate enough to be able to do that. And living in Europe is fairly easy to move around and to get on a plane and visit different countries within just a couple of hours. So it's a really nice place to access culture and to be able to visit museums and to visit studios from different artists. And I started doing that also very early on. I was a teenager when I started to do that, to go to European museums and just spend the day there drawing, copying. It sounds like a cliche, but like copying the old masters,
Copying the
and
masters, yeah.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's probably the best way to learn how to draw. It's from the people that do it best, that used to do it best. Yeah, I mean, it started really early, and I was probably incentivized from my family, and I discovered my taste for art at a very early age that way.
That's awesome. So after that, what happened after that? You finished high school and you went to study art.
Right. So I studied arts because here you need to choose what you want to. Here in Portugal and in Europe, I know it's a bit different in comparison with the United States. But when you go to university, you already know what you are going to study. You don't do like a blank year or something like that. You need to choose a university with the courses that you want to graduate in. Yeah, I went to the University of Fine Arts in Lisbon, and I studied design actually. I'm a designer by in terms of of my academic background. Um, but I also took painting lessons, private painting lessons at the same time. Although painting has been for the past, I would say, maybe 10 years, my main occupation. So I opened a gallery in Cascais, which is a place here near Lisbon. It's a really small place in a marina. It's a cozy gallery, a nice cozy gallery in a marina. And I have this studio, which is near where I live. Is like a big warehouse where I do some really large paintings. And yeah, I've been doing that ever since, and I've never been happier.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm a designer also, and then I studied art. So we have a very
Very
similar
well, we have that in
background.
common.
Yes, yes, yes. Well,
That's simultaneously an easy thing to answer and a very complex thing to answer, because the easy response is art to me is my way of life. Not only professionally speaking, it's my way of presenting myself to the world. It's who I am. It's what defines me, and it's something that's inseparable from me in any way, in every way possible. It's art is something that we as humans have been all gifted with. It's in everyone, even the people that say that they are untalented, because you don't need to know how to draw like in the almost in the in the photographic sense to be an artist. That's, of course, that's not what's important. You and me and everyone, we all have within ourselves this subjective ability that separates us from every other creature on this planet to be able to have aesthetic feelings. We know how to interpret aesthetics. And a lot of people don't know this, but the word aesthetic comes from aesthesia. Aesthetics is the opposite of anesthesia. Okay, so anesthesia is the inability to feel. When you're under an anesthesia, you are unable to feel in every sense of the way. Like you're unable to see, you're unable to speak, you're unable to smell, you're unable to feel. But aesthesia and aesthetics is the ability to feel, is the absolute opposite. And when we say that we are able to appreciate the aesthetics of something, what we're actually saying is not only the visual aspect of it is something that's deeper, something that goes, that, you know, that crosses your spirit and that stays within you, and it makes you a better person. It makes you something, it elevates you, it makes you better. I do visual things, and, you know, an image speaks for itself. I can describe what you see behind me, but maybe it's not necessary. In what I do, I don't really like to go in, you know, deep details and do great speeches about a specific art. They're very visual, and they're very big and impactful, and I like how they make people feel, and that's just it. It's simple as that. It's about feelings. And the way we interpret those feelings. So it's a very complex question what you just asked, and this is probably the more complex route, and we could do like a podcast just about that.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Subject. but you know, the short answer is that you know, art is basically who I am. Is how I present myself, how I feel things, and how I want to be, you know, remembered, maybe.
Yeah. No, but you know what? You know, I think that as an artist, I absolutely agree, connect with everything you just said, and I think that's why I'm trying to have these conversations so we can bring it to people that feel they're not creating.